Hello there. My name is Nicole Hartley Bradford, and I'm here today to tell you a legend of the most amazing way, one of them, that I've made money in life. Where I created the circumstances and I don't know, the vacuum that money could come into. And I'm telling this legend because I was inspired by the experiment that I gave to the people who are registering for my money club, which is coming up, and I'll share information about it below in case you're interested. But this is my legend. So I was only like, I think I was like 28 or 29 years old, and I had two little boys, my two sons, and I was a single mom, and I was on government support because each of my son's fathers was not able to send support money, and I had been part of a process of becoming a Kriya Yoga meditator and healer, and a lot of the training happened far, far away from where I lived. I was living on the west coast of Canada, and this training was going to be happening in England. And here I am, like living so far under the poverty line. I thought it was the sky. And I wanted to go to England for a training. It was the only place it was available. And so I got in touch with the trainers and I said, I am committed to coming, and I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. And the trainer, after some conversation, said, we want to give you a bursary for the training. And we also we would only ask that you uh, pay us for the accommodation and food, and and then it will just be that and your travel costs. And so the accommodation, food, and the travel cost was all I had to come up with. The training was going to be free for me. I was like, wow, so grateful and so scared, because how was I going to make this other money for the accommodation, the food, and the travel? And the trainer also said, keep in touch, like let us know how it goes because we want to support you getting here. And so I called around. Like I was a single mom. My children were like younger than, like, they were preschoolers. And so in order to go and do any kind of work, I would have to put them in care and pay for the care, or unless I didn't. So I sent out letters to my family and my friends, and I said, I'm looking for ways to earn this money so I can go on this trip. And and it's tricky because I want to be with my kids during the day and the night. And so, it's kind of a special situation. I remember that I got a letter, I got a response back that really like landed like an arrow in my heart. Someone saying, just get a job. And uh, yeah, I still feel the scar of that. Mm, but somebody else, I happened to see her on the ferry, actually. I didn't even send her a letter, but I happened to see her on the ferry, and she said, what's up with you? And I told her this story, and she said, oh, maybe you can help me out. And my father, her elderly father, needed to have surgery, but he lived off grid in this remote house that was all solar, like it was, and they needed someone who could handle living out there to look after his place while he was gone. And I was like, wow, I could do that. I could take my kids, house sit for him. I'd have to learn some stuff about living off grid. I was up for that. I was always up for that kind of thing. And and it turned out that I went out. They booked me. They took me out. Stopped. We bought hundreds of dollars worth of food. Took me to her father's house. He met me. He liked me. He said, "Okay, I will leave this place in your care." I got tutorials about how to work the radio to check in with them every few days, how to light the fires, how to take care of, like, how to make sure that the feral cat outside didn't hurt my kids, how to throw the mail bag onto the train and get the mail coming off the train as it was going to be passing through. And 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 then he also said, if you want to do any spring cleaning while you're here, I will pay you $8 an hour for for doing spring cleaning. And I looked around and I thought, oh, okay, that sounds like fun. So for 1 week, me and my sons cooked and cleaned and they played and we went on hikes in the wild. We saw deer and heard wolves at night and went down to the railway to get the mail and fished in the cold lake. And then I was talking to them on the radio to just check in, find out how things were going. And it turned out that after his surgery, he got an infection. And so they asked if I could stay another week. And I said, yes. We were having so much fun. And I had been cleaning, and like the soot on the shelves was so thick because of the wood stove, and there was lots more to clean. And I said, so far I've done this many hours. Do you want me to keep cleaning or do you want me to stop? And they said, keep going, keep going. So we were there for a total of 2 weeks. And when they came back, the man was he's like, look at my house. Oh my gosh, you did it. You lived out in the wild with 2 little boys. And, and, um, and, his daughter, my friend, was like, Dad, we gotta get them back to the ferry to get back to the coast. Uh, and he's like, oh yes, I need to write you a check. And he wrote me a check and he gave me some cash money too. And it amounted to something like $40 more than the amount that I was going to need to pay for my flight, pay for my train ride to the place I was going to get the training, and to cover the accommodation. And it had happened in one fell swoop of this house sitting, house cleaning experience that me and my boys just had so much fun doing. So that's my legend of a crazy cool way that I made money once. And yeah, I can't wait to hear the legends back from the people registering for Money Club. And I would love for you to tell legends of some crazy cool way you made money, and come join Money Club if you want to. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you the utmost fun in your money-making adventures and your other creative adventures. Bye for now.